Hello there everyone, this is Phantom Duels here, and today we're going to be doing What If Issei Was the Reincarnation of Goku Part 4 or 5, I don't remember where we're all. It has been a while since I have done a What If of Issei's. I was focusing mostly on Goku What Ifs, but well, I am glad to be back with these What Ifs. So let's start from where I last left it off. And yep. So we start out where Issei was going to try to and transform into his Master Ultra Instinct form. As Whis was just watching Issei try to go into the form once more. Vegeta was just sitting on the tree Virus would normally sit on. When Issei managed to get close to the form, his power broke out and started to scream as all of his ki was being released all over Vegeta's planet, which is quote-unquote Beerus' planet, but Beerus is no longer the destroyer. Which led to Whis knocking out Issei before anything worse could happen to Issei. When Whis did that, Vegeta asked, "Why did you do that, Whis?" He probably could have had it under control. As Whis said, "Because, Lord Vegeta, he was breaking through the God's realm, which could have led to him been damaged to the point where he couldn't wake up again for a long time." Then Vegeta nodded, understanding the price you have to pay for breaking into the God's domain of power. As Whis said, "I believe since I knocked him out, he won't be going through that yet." Then both of them looked at Issei and said, "Let's hope he wakes up from that amount of lost energy." Then we go into Issei's mind as we see Issei waking up in a dark room that looked never ending. Issei looked around and heard a voice saying, "Well, look at this. Look who's here. It's Issei, or as I used to know you, so-called Son Goku. You look weaker than the actual person who you're meant to be." As as Issei looked at the person and saw Goku, but he had an evil energy around him and a sinister smile on him. As Issei asked, "And who are you?" "I am Samasu, you damn mortal." "Okay, Samasu, why am I here?" "You're here because you tried to enter the God's domain of power." "Oh." Then Samasu pointed out his hand, and then a pink spear of energy pointed straight at Issei, forming a sword. Which led to Issei putting up his guard. Issei wasn't able to move. He was forced into the ground. He was in his mind not being able to move. But it was too late, as Samasu said, "I can kill you if I want to right here, but I can't." As Issei's body and mouth wasn't letting him speak. Then Goku Black, which we all know him, says something that left fear in Issei. "I am deaf, and you are next, Issei Hyoda. Just like your old self, I will get your head before you know it. But until then, putting his ki sword away. Stay alive, Son Goku." Walking away, vanishing into thin pieces of air from Issei's mind as his evil laughter was the last thing heard before he disappeared. Issei woke up a few hours later in cold sweat, looking around as he was still in the same location where Whis left him. Then Vegeta spoke. "It took you 4 hours to wake up," as Issei was thinking. "Wasn't I in my head for like a couple of seconds?" But then the words came back to his head, "I'll be back for you." But then Issei looked around and said, "I need to get stronger." As Vegeta said, "Well, get up. We have a lot of training to do, Issei." As we skip 3 months, time goes by everything. In the human world, everything in the human world was going fine until everything in the world started to get destroyed, as we have a flashback of 3 months. It was the last day of all of the Grimmery family and the devils in the underworld to go to war against Issei. Well, you guys may think I'm crazy for deciding to make one person, Issei, go to war against an entire army of an underworld. Yeah, but it'll be fun to see how it goes out for him, as all the most powerful beings in the High School DxD world were just watching how the underworld have made it to the human realm. But then we see Vali, who was floating in the sky right in front of the army. As we see, he had two different gauntlets in both of his hands, one red and one white. The red one was Drake's, Issei's dragon, which we all know was his gauntlet, his boosted gear. As Drake, this is a different Drake, which Albion managed to help Valley gain over the time they train, which was a gift from the people. They gained the power to destroy Issei, which I won't say what power it is, but this power is demonic and is strong enough to make Issei have a hard time to go against them. As we see, Vali was just floating in the sky, watching his army travel through the portal that was created by Rias and her group for the entire underworld to get out. Issei was dead. As we go to Issei in this 30 months, we go back to present time. Issei was training with Vegeta on managing to understand Ultra Ego, since that was the only form that Issei could actually go through and gain, because Ultra Ego was basically Vegeta going through hard tough training and mastering of his evolution blue form and master of Destroyer Key, as Issei was having to do that. Then Whis appeared next to Vegeta and Issei, as Whis said, "Lord Vegeta, the human world is under attack by the underworld." As Issei then said, "Wow, what the hell's going on?" Then Vegeta said, "Well, kid, I can't do anything about that. You're going to be doing that." As Issei then said, "What do you mean I'm gonna fight an army?" Then we looked at Vegeta, and Vegeta said, "Well, as you can understand, you have enough strength to fight them, and I want to see what you can do with this form that you managed to gain under my training." As we said, maybe our student over here might be able to unlock the form that he wasn't able to unlock. As Issei then said, "Okay, both of you are arguing over who trained me the best, right?" Then both of them looked at him and said, "Be quiet." As Issei just said, "Okay, I'm gonna shut up." So we then go into where Issei was teleported to the human world in the battlefield. As all the demon kings and demon lords, I don't remember very well what they were called in the High School DxD world. Is that devils or demon kings? I don't remember very well, but I'm sorry about that. Issei appear in the middle of the battlefield, far away from them, but on a good distance where they can see him. As we see Ria's Grimmery appearing a couple of miles away from Issei, but Issei could hear her. Rias then spoke, "Issei Hyodo. It's been a while since we've seen each other." As Issei then spoke, "Ria's Grimmery, why exactly do you have an army of demons here?" As Rias then spoke, "Because, Issei, you're a threat to the underworld and the holy realms." As Issei then spoke, "Okay, then why don't I see everybody in the heavenly realm here? I only see the underworld." As Issei got her to a point, but she couldn't speak. She couldn't make up an excuse. And then Sir Sex spoke, saying, "Because they said for us to come at you first to see if they can manage to find a weakness on you." As Issei then spoke, saying, "Okay, so the heavenly realm wants to find a weakness on me. Seems interesting." Then Issei spoke, "Well, it's gonna take a while before you guys can find a weakness on me." As Issei then went into his Super Saiyan Blue form and said, "Bring it on." As Sir Sex said, pointed a finger into the sky and then pointed at Issei, as this entire army went straight at Issei. All of the most powerful demons that were there, even Rias' cousin, who I believe was in the last episode, the last season of High School DxD, was there, as they all went at Issei. Issei looked at the army and said, "Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time now." Issei then started to jump around and started floating in the sky as he started to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he got a message through his mind from Vegeta saying, "Kid, stop counting the army and fight. We're watching from space. So go." As Whis was showing the fight from his angel staff. But because of this fight, we go into an unknown person as he says, "Huh. So they finally have decided to attack that mortal. For some reason, he feels like he's a god, but he's not. He's just a human with a power to annihilate a demon." You may be right, but he does not look that strong. Let's keep on watching. Why are all of you guys so depressed? Brighten up. This fight might be fun. You may be wrong. Let's just keep watching. As those 4 random voices were just talking to each other while watching the fight, as Issei just started fighting the entire army. You guys could imagine a Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance fight, but with a bit more strength, and it was much more faster. But there was more soldiers than what Madara had. There was at least 12 to at least 20,000 people, 20,000 soldiers there, because of all the demon lords in each round. As Issei then said, "Wow." As Issei was breathing hard, "Oh God, give me a break." As Issei then jumped back into the sky and started screaming as he went into his Super Saiyan 4 blue and started fighting it again. Then Issei said, "I'm running out of strength." As he then decided to say, "Okay, I might as well test this form." As Issei started to power up, as his aura went purple, it went into a destroyer's aura, as he then was in his Ultra Ego form. You could imagine. I think people have this picture of Goku with the Ultra Ego form. You could imagine that, but on Issei. As Issei then said, "Okay, let's go at it now." As Issei went straight at them. Went straight at them with full speed, managing to get rid of half of the army from the 12,000, while the other 8,000 soldiers that were left were coming from the portal. As Issei said, "Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to probably kill this army as fast as I can if I want to get rid of an army of people." Well, here goes nothing, as Issei was screaming to the heavens, as then his purple hair started to grow longer. His body started to grow hair, as his tail started to turn into the shape of a pointy arrow. And this is where I'm going to be leaving it off. Thank you guys for watching. This is Phantom Dudes here, and goodbye.